All right, guys, Honey Hefe here. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm out here at the Balderas apiary, and I've been struggling. This shouldn't be. Let's see what we got here. All right, so I'm gonna move this hive over here. This hive over here. And I'm gonna pick that pallet up and stick it on top of there. Ew. So that hive, or that pallet, I didn't line it up right when I put the W clips back in. And so when I realized that, last time I was out here working on these things, I was like, well, I'll figure it out pretty quick. And so some of my tools were stripping all the Phillips head bits, every one of them stripped, taking the stuff out and trying to tighten it down. I was trying to scoot the W clips over. I unscrewed the W clips, put the box in here and had it lined up and tried to screw it back down, and the Phillips head would strip. And so I got just a regular manual screwdriver and was trying to do it in. It wouldn't go in straight. And then it's just been kind of frustrating. It should take in 10 seconds. Instead, it's taking me like the typical forever. I had to take that off because it was too far in front of this cross piece, so I'm gonna slide it back. And like I said, I don't have a, let me focus. All right. So I want to put, so this guy's on the edge here, so I'm gonna put it in this box. I want to be able to pick this whole thing up and slide it over. That's why I'm not sticking them right here in this one, because when I slide it over here, it'll be further in the middle, if that makes sense. I got my queens over here. I don't even know if this video is taken. I know it's crooked. That videos were cutting off earlier, probably because of the heat. All right, let's see what we got. It's bulging out right here. All right. Quite a bit. It is full. You mash a couple of small hot, well, I can't really mash them very easily with the way this. I don't think the queen is on here. Let's see here. All right. So let me see how I can do this without creating a bunch of anxiety for the bees. I'll slide this right here. I'm not really looking for the queen. If I see her, I'll point her out. I guess I say I'm not looking for, I should look for. I need all the practice I can get. It's a full sheet of brood. On this side, a lot of open spaces here, but a lot of brood as well on this side. So I predict she won't be on this frame. Well, so you can see the difference. So I'm not picking this up and sliding over because there's a lot of bees down there under the box. I guess I need to find the queen so I can make sure I don't leave her behind. All right, a lot of brood though. Sorry. Those holes in the box. All right, so a lot of brood. These guys are crowded. A lot of brood. All right, I don't see it. See her. I don't see her in this box in an obvious fashion here. I'm going to open this a little bit in the back. All small hive beetles in there. All right, I'm gonna pick this up while it's lighter. All right, slide that here. It's not what I wanted to do. I keep forgetting about those, the way that's shaped underneath there. I probably just killed every bee in the hive. Let me slide that back a little bit. I should have had them. I want to get these guys more in the middle, so I'm just going to. This is a split that I did, right? All right. Let me go grab a top. Quite a bit of bees. All right. I'm gonna clean the top of this off, or clean the top off a little bit. All right, just a little propolis there. I'll throw it on top. Let the bees keep that for a little while. All right. These guys aren't ready for a second box, obviously, because they don't have the comb. I don't have any comb to give them right now. I could grab some of that comb that's on the ant bed right there. That'd be fine. Because by now the ants have cleaned up all the slime out from the small hive beetles and wax moth. So yeah, I talked to Billy Hummer the other day. Just kind of get some super smart guy I went to high school with. The guy that almost started a war when he was in high school with Canada, with the Parkway High School band and a gang. They were making fun of him. He's a short little fat guy with braces and glasses, looked like a Far Side character. And we were in the band. If you talk to anybody that graduated from Parkway around the year of 89, 88, 89, 90, they went on this band trip to Ontario. they talk about it. Billy didn't even know we were still talking about it. And every time that memory comes up on Facebook, people always refer back to Billy Hummer. We were waiting for the buses to get there, the Greyhound buses, to meet us in this spot downtown. They're running late, and so it's probably 100 of us waiting around, and this gang walks by. And back then, like, you saw somebody that looked different. They were different. They were a criminal. Wasn't just like a few tattoos or mohawks. Today, you wouldn't think nothing about it. Today, everybody's got a mohawk or something. But we were all kind of looking at them. They walked right past us, and one of them made a comment about Billy and made fun of him. Well, Billy doesn't back down from anybody, and he didn't then. And the next thing we knew is that entire gang started closing in on us, and I think one of them pulled out a knife, and our band director's like, "Hey, wait, come on, we're just guys from Louisiana, man." They're like, "Oh, Louisiana? We've never cut anybody from Louisiana." And we suddenly realized that we were in over our heads, and then the bus pulled up, or the 4 buses pulled up, and it was just pure pandemonium. Everybody's running. Billy's not running. Somebody's grabbing Billy and dragging him off. This is the Beekeeper, Hummer and Son. I didn't know that until after I graduated high school. But we all got in our buses, and a couple of the tough guys like me, the ones who were the first ones to run, right? We got on the bus and we started mouthing off to the guys, and they were going, "Come on out." And we're like, "No, no, screw you." We're giving them the bird. And one of them came and banged on the window. Our bus driver, diesel motor, turns the bus completely off, turns the key, opens the door, and goes out and yells at, "You boys better not be hitting this bus. I'm gonna call your parent," or whatever. And we all kind of looked, and like, we were just terrified. Like, oh my God, like and every one of those guys made a beeline straight toward the front of the bus. And we were in pure panic, so we all ran to the front of the bus to try to keep them out. And we got the bus driver back in, and we closed the door, managed to get the bus started and take on. But yeah, it was a pure moment of insanity. And whatever made me think about that was, oh yeah, it was he's a beekeeper, right? He's one of the top beekeepers in the area, in the state, really. And I asked about reusing frames that have gotten slimed out from the small hive beetles. It's different than getting wax moss on there. You can reuse those, and he said the problem with the slime out is the actual residue. It's not that it's ruined, it's just the bees don't like messing with it, so they'll often ignore it. So I told him, like, well, what I've been doing, and I thought I've had results, is this maneuver over here on top of fire ant beds. So I wanted to confirm he goes, "Oh yeah, that's okay, because those fire ants and the other bees will come in there and they'll take everything out of there and clean all that stuff up, and you can reuse it then. But if you just freeze it and stick a slimed out frame back in a hive, they're not going to use it." All right. So I've done that. Let's check out these queens. That looks like an animal down there. I don't want to mess with them, but I want to make sure that's closed all the way. It wasn't closed. All right. This is where my queens are all banked. So I'm kind of thinking of a plan here. This is the hybrid top bar hive. On either side, we have an entrance like this. This opens up in that direction. From here to here, 30 to 40 frames. I've drilled a hole down the bottom, and holes like this on either side. There's mesh on the outside here, and there's mesh on the inside. Just kind of avid, and it's like that on both sides. There's one big hole in the bottom. I want that for ventilation purposes. So my goal, I think what I'm gonna do, I got my queens in here. Let's make sure they're okay. They're right here. So they are on this frame here. They're in cages. Let me pull this back a little bit. Sorry, the height here is jacked off. Oh my gosh, jacked up. It's off. I'm gonna get a violation here. YouTube strike or something. But so I got a frame of honey here. It's solid honey all the way down, okay? And this is a runner board, so in a sense, this hive is from here to here. So there's not a whole lot of room. And as they grow, I can pull the board back and add more frames. All right, there's brood and areas to lay down in here. I'm not letting the queens out just yet, because I'm going to use these queens. But I'm letting these bees keep the queens fed and warm. I couldn't use them all. I want to make sure, like, when I pull them up. Can't believe I said that. All right. I'm gonna look myself in here. Alive, 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 alive. All right, I'm being very gentle. Alive, 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 alive. This is one I brought from Elm Grove. Alive, 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 alive. All right. So these bees are going to help me keep the queens fed and alive for a little time here. I'm going to slide these back in. So I'm not going to let the queens loose, per se, in here just yet. Right now, this is just my bank. I got a frame, a foundation on either side just to give the other bees that are out there collecting resources, things to build comb on. So this is the runner board. What I want to do is, after I put all my queens to use, I'm going to have a queen, one of these Caucasian queens, living on this side of the hive and one living on this side of the hive. And then I'll have resources, I'll have brood, I'll have comb. I'll start seeing a hive going queenless. I'll have at least a queen here, or I'll have some brood that I can pull up. I'm not going to worry about that big space underneath between the bottom of the frame and the floor. It's a little bit too deep. They'll add drone brood down in there. I'll just cut all that off. This is not built very well to spec. So, but my purpose is not to make a hive out of this that I want to like get honey and things like that. I want to use it to try to build resources. I need to use this. So I feel like I can use, now if I drilled another hole here and left it open, I could actually use it 3 ways. Now, I might still do that. You just never know. I can do multiple things. But let me see how I look out here. All right, I'm gonna stand back here and face the camera here. It's like a like a reading a cue card. Turn and face camera. I feel like something's messing with these tops here. Let me see here, hold on. Why am I missing? All right. I can't have this lid on here with that anyway. All right. I'm gonna turn this like this so I gotta use a migratory top. You can't have these pallets and these lids. They won't fit next to each other. So I got a migratory top like that I'll put on here, and I'll take this one home. So anyway, what I'd like to do is, like I discussed a second ago, is save one or two queens, maybe 3, for this sucker here. Use it as a resource. Have comb, brood, queen cups, whatever for sale, or not for sale, but for use. I'll make a couple of boxes with screen tops and bottoms that I'll be able to take things from one apiary to the next. Kind of like I use the hive butler for. Need to do more of that. I can use these older boxes for that. I'd like to take those 3 frame nukes and maybe use those in some same fashion here, where I can, build up comb quickly and put some a couple of frames of comb with a lot of brood. Have a queen in there, or have a queen cell. Let them raise a queen. Let them build some comb on some blank foundation. And then when that gets done, pull it out, put another frame in there, and just kind of use it as a comb building resource. And that way they're not going to get too crowded. I'll take out the brood and put in other hives. I'm having a hard time thinking straight right now, but this would be a good place to have these Caucasian queens. I don't want to smash any of these queens. That's one that they either made themselves, or I got it from Tracy. He gave me a handful of them. This is a swarm. These 2 are splits that I have done. I know one of these for sure is one that rolled its own queen. I lost several splits that I tried. I think I had 3 of them out here. I mean, it is what it is. I really want to try to make this maybe a resource yard. I really need to learn how. I know I need to learn how to roll my own queens. Right now, it's too late to do that. But if I have queens that I buy and they are producing their own offspring, I can save those genetics and use them in other areas. Anyway, I'm getting tired and dehydrated, so I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna get some water, and tomorrow's gonna be a big day. I need to go. Crap, I just realized I need to take one of these queens back to the. Oh, I may do that right now. No, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow evening. I need to take one of these queens back to the Balderas apiary because one of those does not have a queen. Like I found the queen, but I didn't put a Caucasian queen in there. But when I found her yesterday, I killed her, and so that hive is queenless right now. So I need to take them another queen tomorrow. I may do it in the morning because these are both close to the house. I'm just too tired to do it now. Anyway, but tomorrow I'll need to go to the Savannah apiary. I got a few splits that made it to 10 frames. I got a couple of more splits that I need to move to 10 frames, I hope. I know one split that's kind of questionable. I may put a nuke out there with one of these. I need to take some supers out there for sure. I need to go to the cow pasture apiary. That's my largest one. I think I got 15 or 20. There's several that are ready for a box, some splits. I know they got to be. And then there's some others that need a super. And so I need to take care of that. I got to go out to the Gardner apiary. And I got 3 hives out there. I got to replace that bottom on that one. I still got to go back out to the Elm Grove apiary and find 2 queens. Man, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work trying to get my thoughts together. Do I see the queen right here on the outside? Nope. Hope not. All right, guys, rambling on. Man, look up honeyhefe.com. That's honey with a J, and Hefe. It's a Jeff with 1 F between 2 E's. That means honey boss. If you like just looking at bees and watching people trying to figure stuff out as they go, they're winging it. I'm the winging it bee guy, right? Then like this video, subscribe, and give me some suggestions, some comments. Keep it nice. I don't get my feelings hurt. But look me up. Look up my website. It's functional now. I think it probably has some modifications, but I mean, I'm pretty proud of it. Guy did a good job. Jeremy Johnson Designs. This is my office, guys. Y'all have a great one. And turn off.